we have not done yet at CAP because the guy that's been responsible for us being here today and helping us be here is with me. Hello, Joe.
Hey, Andy.
So, Joe, just really quickly then. So what is it you do here?
So my role, official title, is Senior PR Officer, but I like to refer to myself as Media Guy. So which kind of makes sense, having, obviously being involved with you guys and getting you guys to come down today. And we're so grateful for the day and for you guys to come. So, yeah, my job is really, I think I have the best job in the world in the sense that I get to work for this incredible organisation that transform lives that you've been hearing about all day today, from people who are in debt, poverty, real struggle, step into these situations and just offer that hope. And that practical help, that love, that support, that care. And the reason I say I think my job's the best job in the world is because at the end of that journey, when people have gone out of that, they've got debt free, they've got an amazing story to tell, I get the pleasure of speaking to those people and helping them to get opportunities to share their story in the media in different ways. And that is such a blessing. And, so many times I get to hear these stories of transformation. Honestly, I absolutely love it.
I can see why you'd like that. Today we've met people like Susan or Susie, I've forgotten, I'm really sorry, who came to CAP 10 years ago saying, help me. Then Yvette was sent out to go and help her in her home, sent out by a church, possibly managed by somebody like Alison Berry, not relative. And then you've got all these different levels of people like Liz, who may well have received that phone call. And it's been great to see all the different people. Keith, who just stands behind everybody pretty much and helps them to do their job. And you've got so much going on to support people who are supporting people. And I've just chatted to the guy who's responsible for finance and giving, and I've met someone who takes the phone calls. There's so many people, so many levels all going on to try and make this thing work. And I like the last chap said, it's not just an organisation, it's a movement, which I think in some ways probably sums up what I've seen. And I said this to you earlier on, the amount of joy and peace in this building, which is not that exciting. A building, it's a big square thing with windows. And however, contained within it is this sense of joy and hope at people wanting to share Jesus and hope with the people they serve.
Absolutely. I think that word movement is something I really connect with as well. We say that, we have all these different people doing different roles. There's around 30,000 people we class as in this movement because they're people who support, they pray, they're the churches that partner with CAP, the people who are going out, those debt coaches who are going out on the front line to meet people in their homes and bring hope into those situations. They're the teams that you've met today who are doing all these different roles and jobs and bringing these skills and expertise. I think it's just such a blessing to be a part of this. I really do feel blessed that, God's provided this opportunity and step for me to be here and be a part of Christians Against Poverty, and definitely feels like a movement. I started working here about 5 years ago, and before that I'd never worked for a Christian organisation, but I came into CAP, and just the love, the compassion, the care that I receive from my colleagues every day is incredible. And I feel, again, very blessed for the job I do, but also for the people that I get to spend time with and to work alongside. They're an amazing bunch. So, and hopefully you've seen that today.
We've seen that and then some. Chatting to Liz, she came from a teaching background to come and work at CAP. And one of the things that she commented on was there's no backstabbing.
No.
Because people are here for a reason. I guess the movement probably sums up the reason for the movement probably best, but they want to be here because it helps people. So let me put the question to you that I put to everybody else so far. What makes you, I can guess the answer, but what makes you want to come to work in the morning?
Yeah, well, for me, it's first and foremost seeing those lives transformed. In the past, I've had some money struggles, not massive. We know we've got a lot of clients who are struggling with thousands of debt. I've previously, a few years back before I worked at CAP, had a couple, 2-3 grand's worth of debt and had to work out how to sort of pay that off. And I then, once I managed to get out of that, I did money coaching through CAP as well. I've actually been on the money coaching sessions, and they are brilliant. It helped me and my wife, Catherine, save up for our wedding, and it taught me so much about saving and budgeting. So I've personally benefited from some of the services in terms of the money coaching side of things. Just the transformation you see in people's lives. And it's those little things like, being prayed for and hearing people say, someone prayed for me and I've never had that before. And I just felt this sense of peace and love. And, and we know that that's God. And it's so incredible to see that. And every time, and I just get so emotional hearing those stories each time. And every single time, it's such a blessing to just hear people talk about how their lives are completely different And it's just through the care, the love, the compassion that these people who are so Christ-centered just want to go out and show to people in their local communities, the local churches, the teams that go out and do this work. They're just absolute superstars, Yvette and people like that who are just going into homes and bringing that hope. I just absolutely love it, and love to cheer them on.
Carrying the hope into homes is just such a beautiful thing. I knew CAP was a pretty big organisation as it goes. I kind of assume various things. There'd be different people in the office and whatever. I think one of the things that has genuinely surprised me is how accessible CAP is to people, either because the most obvious bit is they can ring up and say, I'm in debt, help me. Okay, that's the bit I kind of knew about. But it's also the number of people like Keith who are here, they're not here because they need debt help. They're here because they can actually contribute to it. And I think that is something that has surprised me a little bit, is just how much anybody can actually be involved helping CAP. The other one, obvious one is, they can give you some money. Great, fine. Great, do that if that's what God's asking you to do. But people like Keith who are just here to volunteer and help and support others in order that they can do the job they do to support people like Yvette who go out into the homes. And that has surprised me, just the length and breadth of things that people can do.
Absolutely. I mean, it can be as simple as praying for the organisation, praying for these amazing people who are going out and, like I said, the debt coaches who are going to meet people, which we do regularly pray for them. It can be, even just following on social media, liking, sharing posts, getting that hope out there. When you see some of the videos that we put out of, Stories Transform, listening to things like, like you guys who are doing amazing work to raise awareness. Fundraising, I did 1,000 miles over a year. It wasn't as impressive as it sounds to raise money for CAP, and I'm not really much of I'm not like a marathon runner or anything like that. So it was a big challenge for me, particularly because I didn't do enough miles in the summer and left it till winter to try and complete it. But things like that, it doesn't have to be that. People do, bake sales, little things like I say little, but these are big things that make a massive difference. Yes, please be praying for this wonderful organisation. Pray for that we can see more lives transformed, more people free from debt, more people have that hope, and more people who get to have a relationship with Jesus. That's what we want to see, and it's incredible when we see that. And we actually have a bell through that. I don't know if anyone's told you about the bell today, Annie. We have a bell that we ring to celebrate people going debt free. It's just I know you can't see it because it's radio, but it's just in the other room, and I'll show you guys after. But it's this bell we ring to just celebrate, and many of the churches do that as well. They have bells they ring. We have harmonicas. Beautiful. When I first started working at CAP, they gave me a harmonica, and they said this is what we use to celebrate when people go debt free. We celebrate it, we cheer it, we say yes, thank you, Lord, thank you for that freedom.
What a picture of heaven, though. Of cheering people on. That's just beautiful. It's been a good day today. It really has. We've enjoyed ourselves. It's been great to meet people and just to understand more what it does. My heart and passion is always, I live and breathe to serve people, and just look, this is what these guys are doing. Look at what they're doing. And the work of CAP it's personal to me, not because I've ever used CAP. We were in business debt in 2009-10, so we accessed a different service, which some of the folk here have talked about and recognised. But what I loved is how, just chatting to Susie or Susan, I'm so sorry, the fact that when she first rang up, she said that my head was in the sand. But then I spoke to somebody and they helped me understand things, and they brought order to chaos. Well, that's what Yvette did when she came to the home. And I remember when we got into debt, I had one account for a telecoms thing, and we had the debt that was bought, sold, and we had one debt, one bill, 5 accounts, which really confused me to the point that I'd given up understanding anything. And somebody came along and just got those 5 piles of paperwork into 5 actual piles, not the carry bag it was sat in, because I don't know what else to do with it. But that chaos being made into order, that's the stuff that people like CAP can help people like Yvette do for people who need that help.
Absolutely, yeah. And like you said beautiful. There, it's just putting that order in and bringing. I love the word hope, because that's what I think this organisation does. They bring that hope to people, and it's so, like you say, when you're feeling overwhelmed, you've got these bags of debt letters, whatever it might look like. To just have someone step in that situation and say, "I'm on your side. I'm here. I'm here to support you. I'm here to care about you." Let's go get a brewing. As we say in Yorkshire, let's go get a brewing. We'll sort it out. In my Barnsley accent there, so a little clue of where I was that one. But obviously, so it's just amazing when our debt coaches can go in there and say, "Yeah, we care about you, and let's sort this out together."
Going to have to get a picture of that bell before we leave. So, Joe, would you like to introduce this last song? I'm just going to say an official thank you from us for having us here. You've done a great job. Honestly, the organisation has been wonderful. We've managed to get through an awful lot of guests, which is brilliant, and hopefully paint a really good picture of what's going on at CAP. So, you've chosen a particular track by Busted.
Yep.
So, would you like to introduce that song?
Absolutely. Just say a massive thank you to you guys as well for what you've done today to help us raise awareness. Really appreciate it, and wishing you all the best and praying for you guys.
You're very welcome.
Yes, my song is Busted, Crash the Wedding.
The June issue of Pure Media, the magazine, comes out on Friday the 7th of June, with a whole host of international writers speaking on life, faith, sports, technology, joy, and more from our family to yours. In the June edition, we shine the spotlight on Sherry Seligson, a marine biologist from Florida, and Chris Kerr, who helps us focus and celebrate on dads. Sign up today and enjoy all of this and more at www.puremediathemagazine.com.